Hello. We are officially live. Hello everyone and happy Earth Day from the Creeks Division. This is our official first live Watershed Wednesday event here on Facebook, and today we are going to be doing a little steelhead trout craft for you. I'm going to give a few minutes just to let people hop on. We've got a couple people watching, but we'll give people a chance to join in before we get started. My name is Jen, and I work for the City of Santa Barbara's Creeks Division. The Creeks Division is a division of the City of Santa Barbara Parks and Recreation Department, and we do water quality. Hi, people are joining in. Good to see you. Happy Earth Day. We do water quality monitoring and we do restoration projects here in the City of Santa Barbara. Hi guys, we got some more people joining us. Welcome, welcome. Happy Earth Day. So like I said, we're just gonna wait a minute or so just to let people hop on before we get started. Hopefully everyone was able to log in and print out our printables for today's project, but if you did not, we have these little fishies and these little rocks, but if you did not get a chance to print them out, you can definitely still do the project. I'll give you guys some options for creating your own to do on today's project. So it looks like we've got a few more people joining in. Hello, if you're just joining us. So today is our first of our Watershed Wednesday events. Normally here in the Creeks Division, we do a lot of stuff that is a little behind the scenes, and you may see some of our work once it's done out in the community. We do a lot of restoration projects in our local creeks, but we don't always get to interact with you guys one-on-one, or one of us with all of you. So we thought we'd take this opportunity. Normally around this time we'd be getting ready to meet lots of you guys at Earth Day, but since the Earth Day event had to be canceled, we thought we'd come up with some ways that we can still reach you guys in the community, but from our own homes. So today we're actually in my dining room, and so this is kind of a unique situation, but we thought we'd try to make the best of it. If you tune in next Wednesday on April 29th at 10 in the morning, one of our project managers, Erin Markey, is going to be giving a tour of our Barger Canyon restoration. We were able to purchase some property in the city that had a creek going through it, and we were able to do a restoration up there. That happened a while ago, but now a lot of the project is really growing in, and all of the plants and trees that were planted up there are really getting bigger, and it's a great time to take a walk around and take a look. So since you can't be out there, we couldn't get everyone out there standing 6 feet apart, we're going to bring the restoration project to you in the comfort of your own home. So make sure you put that on your calendar. We'll send out some reminders, but if you want any information about any of the stuff that we're going to talk about or we have coming up, you can always check out our website at sbcreeks.com, and we'll have more information for you there. So it looks like we've got some people joining in, so we'll go ahead and get started. So let's see. For this particular project, we're going to gather our stuff around. Hi guys. My kids are checking in too. So we sent out a supply list, but for those people who didn't download the supply list, I'll give you just a quick run through of what we're going to need for this project. You want to say hi? Say hi, Sophia. Okay, hop on down. Okay. Are you going to help me, or are you going to go back in there?
I'm going to help you.
Okay. So we may have some help from Sophia here. Just don't lean on the table so that we don't knock the camera. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. Our supply list, we suggested different types of paper. We have, I have some construction paper here in a variety of colors that are kind of creek related. So I've got some dark blue, some light blue, and some green. Look, Janet says, hi, Sophia. And, but if you don't have colored paper, you can always take some plain white paper and you can color on it or you can paint it. I was going to maybe paint some, but I think we won't paint it today. But you can paint it with whatever kind of paints you've got, or Liz, our education and outreach coordinator, when she drew up our materials, she suggested a great suggestion of maybe tearing out some magazines. You can get some great colors from anything that you have around the house, reusing and recycling what we have, right? So I'm going to get started. This one back here is the one that I did the other day, just as an example. I'll bring it off the wall and show you guys a little closer. So you can see that I used construction paper for the background, and I'll show you guys how I did that today, and you can give that a try if you want to do that for your background. A fun part of this project is that these little fishies are 3D, and I'm going to show you how we did that when we get started. So these are our trout. We have steelhead trout and rainbow trout. They're technically the same fish, but steelhead trout are the ones that live both in our creeks and out into the ocean. And the ones that live primarily in the ocean are steelhead. They live also in our creeks when they swim upstream. But the ones that live all the time in the creeks are our rainbow trout. So steelhead, rainbow trout are basically the same animal, but they have different names based on where they spend most of their time. So I did them different so you can see the difference. Maybe that's not a very good place to stand. You want to sit in the chair there?
No, because then I won't be able to see. I won't be able to let them see.
So you can do yours different. You can do them the same. You can also color them any way you want. If your idea of a rainbow trout is one that's all the colors of the rainbow, then you can color it however you want. These are the ones that I did. I made them kind of like Liz's picture that she sent out in our materials, but you can really color them any way that you want.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, baby. So to start, we're going to work on our background. And the way that I did mine is I took my light blue paper, which matches my wall almost perfectly. Baby, why don't you sit in the chair there?
And then if I want to stand, I can stand on this?
Yes. So I'm going to do the same thing with this one. I'll take this finished one down and I'll show you how we did it. So I'm just going to go ahead and tape mine to the wall. You got your materials, baby? That way you can see what I'm doing as I do it. Hey, baby. Okay, so the next thing I did to make my water is I actually just took the darker blue and started to tear it a little bit, which gave a nice little kind of wavy look.
Can I cut it?
You can cut it if you want. So I'm taking it and kind of trying to tear it in sort of a triangle shape, which is going to create our wavy water.
I don't even need to cut in a straight line. I always do it really wiggly.
That's right. There's no wrong way to do this. You can do them however you want. So you can tear little strips. You can cut, if you wanted to, you could cut wave shapes out. If you wanted to have your creek really flowing. We got lots of rain recently, so your creek could be really flowing if you wanted it to.
Or it can, from a long time ago that wasn't really wavy.
That's right. You could go back to our drought and have some very little water that's not moving a lot, but we're so lucky now that we got lots of rain recently. So I'm going to go ahead and use a glue stick to put mine on. Like I said, you can use whatever materials you have on hand. If you want to paint your background, you could paint your background. Or you could tape stuff on if all you have is tape at home. But I'm going to go ahead and just use my glue stick real quick here. And I'm going to put my little wavy water on. Just like that. There's one. How's yours going, Sophia?
Good.
Sophia's using her scissors to cut hers out.
Because for scissors usually work better for cutting.
Okay. You want a more precise look on your waves? That's looking beautiful. Okay, so now I have a little...
Wait for me.
What?
Wait for me.
Okay. I'm just going to talk to them while we finish up. So you can add as much or as few as you want. This is right now my little background, just a little bit of waves there on my water. So the next thing we can do is go ahead and prep our fishies and our rocks. And Sophia had started her little fishy right here. You can see she's doing hers in nice bright colors. And then we have our rocks here too. So,
what about the leaves?
Yeah, so we'll do that too. So we have fishies and rocks, and then that we provided the printable for. But if you want to add some leaves in or some other habitat, if you wanted to put some sticks in there, or if you wanted to make some, you know, some native plants to put in there, that's what the all our little creek critters love, their native plants. So we can add some of those in. On the example that I made, I just did a similar thing where I just took some of the paper and tore it into little strips, and then I made little grasses in mine.
Fish? Aren't we going to do our fish right now?
Yeah, you can work on your fish right now. So you can either do your background first and then color your fish, or if you want to color your fish and your rocks first, you can start that way. Sophia's working on her fishies. You can share with me the ones that I colored ahead of time. So if you want to make some grasses, you can just tear other little strips, or if you want to cut out a little plant, you can do that.
Where's the black?
I don't know, there's the crayons are right there, baby. So I'm going to go ahead and just cut out a little shape here for my plant.
And then let's
Nice
get
little wavy green plant here.
some pink in there.
Ooh, Sophia's putting pink in hers.
And then some more gray on the bottom.
And some green on the bottom. That looks beautiful, baby.
And then the head will be pink. And the tail will be
So I
pink.
cut out a little leafy shape here.
And then the
And I'm going to
fins
go
will
ahead
be
and
gray.
glue that one on as well.
Then
I'm going to put it right over here.
will be gray. Gray. Gray.
You can tell by
Gray,
the fact that my leaf is growing upward that the water's not flowing super fast here. But you can add any kind of leaves and stuff that you want. Oh, careful, baby. Sophia's coloring her rainbow trout, very rainbowy. These look beautiful. You want to start cutting them out?
I actually want to color these first.
Okay, so now that we've got some water and we've got some vegetation in there for the all the little critters to hide out in, an important thing for the steelhead is that they actually go upstream to lay their eggs. So even though they live a lot down in the ocean, when it's time for them to lay their eggs, they will swim up the watershed so that they can lay their eggs up there. And so one of the things that happens is if we have a lot of water rushing through, they get really tired because they're doing a lot of swimming. So what we can do is we can create little pockets for them to take a break in. And one of the ways that we can do that is with rocks. So we provided some little rocks on our printable, and you can cut those out and color them. Or if you don't have the printable, you can just cut some rocks out of some brown paper, or you can just draw rocks and cut those out. They can be pretty much any shape you want your little rocks to be, but we're going to add some rocks into our little creek so that our fishies have a spot to hang out and rest before they start swimming again. So I'm going to go ahead and add those in now.
Wait, Mommy. I'm still coloring.
I know, baby. You want to help put some of mine on that are already colored?
But can we wait for me?
We're not going to have a chance to wait for you to finish coloring all of them, baby. So here, that's why I did some ahead of time. You want to glue some of mine on? Okay, you just keep working on yours. So I'm going to add some of these guys over here. And I'll put one more on. Here's another little rock over here. So now we've got our little creek here. And I went ahead and colored my fishies ahead of time and cut them out so that I would be able to show you guys how to make our little 3D fishies. So right now, I'm just gonna take one of my fish for now and do that one first. So I'll set him down right here. And then to make your fishies 3D, all you'll need to do is just grab some of your paper and cut a little strip about 1 inch wide. So I've got a piece about this big, and then I'm just going to cut it in half like this. So now I have 2 pieces about this size. And the way you're going to make your little 3D pop-up is you're going to lay one over the other like this. And then you're going to fold this one over so it creates a little spot for this one to slide in. And then you're just going to keep folding and folding. So you'll fold over and over, just each one over itself. And I'll show you up close in just a second. So we've got all of them folded together like this, which then creates a little accordion pop-up. Then I'm going to take my glue stick and I'm just going to glue both ends of that to make it stay together. And that creates our little pop-up. So the way that we're going to make our little 3D fish is we're going to take our glue and we're going to put it on both ends of our little pop-up accordion. And then you can put it right on the back of your fish, just like that. Put some more glue on the other side. And then you can figure out where you want your fishy in your creek. Glue it right on there. And then he can swim in the creek. So now I'm going to do it a second time so I can show you. Just going to take my paper. Doesn't have to be perfectly even. So you'll end up with about, I'd say, 6 inches by 1 inch on either side. And then we're just going to fold and fold and fold. Until you get to the end. And then glue it on both sides. Just like this. So I'm going to glue my second little fishy on here. Put some glue on the back. This guy's gonna be right down here. And there we go. Now we have two little fish swimming in the water. So that's how we make our, hi guys, we got lots of people watching. So that's how we make our little fishies swimming in our creek. And like I said, feel free to customize them however you want, add your own personal touches in there, and then we would love to have you take a picture and post it on our Facebook page. We'd love to see what you did with your little critters and your little fishies there in the creek. And yeah, I just want to thank you guys again for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed our little craft. We're gonna have more stuff for you to see. We'll be doing more crafts, and we'll be doing some tours. We, like I said before, we have next week, we're going to be doing a tour of our Barger Canyon project with our project planner, Erin Markey. That's at 10 o'clock on Wednesday, the April 29th. So feel free to check that out. And then the following week, we are going to be doing a special presentation on water quality and COVID-19, and that's going to be with our water quality research analyst, and she's going to have lots of great information for you that I know everyone is thinking about right now. So we'll have lots of great stuff coming up for you, and I will hopefully see you guys again for another craft soon in a couple weeks, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Feel free to continue to go down, and you can download the printables again if you want to make another one. And again, yeah, send us some pictures. We'd love to see what you're working on. And we hope everyone has a very happy Earth Day. You can also let us know how you and your family are celebrating Earth Day. And since we're all kind of confined to our own neighborhoods, we can figure out what kinds of things we can do to celebrate Earth Day in our own neighborhood. So maybe that means going out in front of your house, and if you've got any trash to pick up there. I know lots of people are doing some gardening. There's certainly native plants that you can order and plant in your own yard. And you can think about ways that you can improve the water quality of your own area right there in your own neighborhood. So hope you have a wonderful Earth Day, and thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll hope to see you again soon. Bye!